So first of all, good morning everyone. Welcome to this session for the networking classes. Okay, in the Cisco packet tracer. So in this class, we are just going to see that how can we connect the more than one pieces devices. Devices means the laptops and the PCs and the servers to the switches. One switch is going to connect to the different devices and more than one devices, and how can we store the data from the environment to the server. Means first of all we are just going to take the pieces. Okay, we are just going to take the two pieces and one switch for the connecting the devices. Means all so I want to say you everyone that you must have to understand this one. Okay, so you need to only and only take this switch, that is a 2960, and then you can connect the devices more than 10 at the more than 20 and more than. Okay, so this is the funda, because it's going to taking the more than 20 ports. Okay everyone, so here we are going to, I want to say you, here we have the one switch and two PC. So this PC we are just going to as a for the manage our switch, because as you know that your smartphone is also containing the switch logics and many more. So that's why I want to say you that we must have the one PC for the manage our switch, and the second PC for the connect the devices. Means for the purpose of the sharing the data. So fast ethernet always will be used here, and for the console we will always use the console port, and here also fast ethernet. So I have to say to you that here you must have to uh, choose the RS232 cable port, and here for connection to this one you need to use the this port, that is a console. For the console means this is the just like this one. Means this PC is going to containing this router, this switch. Okay, and PC one is going to just like you can say for the linking the linking. Okay, means from these devices to this device will be communication will be happen. But this device is just like a same, means this one is going to minus this one, but this one is not going to minus this one. Okay, means this one will be, this router will be only and only the contain the IP addresses of the all the devices. But this IP address, this device is not going to the minus this router, this PC, that is connecting through the console cable, this one is going to managing. Okay, so I hope you have to got it. And the third point, that we are just going to store the data from the environment, from the switch to the our server. So you need to choose the for this one cable, that is a, you can choose the just like a copper cross cable. Okay, and I want to say you very important thing here, that you must have to take the these types of the only cables. You can't take the different many more cables is appearing here, but you can't take the anyone. Okay, you can take the specific cables, means the here and the here, these three are very important. And for the linking the devices you need to always the copper straight through cable, and the second one is the just like a copper crossover cable. You need to choose these two cables for the connecting, okay, the devices. But for the console, means for the managing the our switch, you need to always and always the take the console cable. Here you can see console is appearing. So this is very important funda here. And then I want to say you that first of all we need to configure the IP addresses for the all devices. So you will go to the desktop mode, and then the IP configuration, and here you will provide the IP addresses for all the devices. So I'm just taking the IP addresses here for the first PC, that is a manager PC, you can also see. I'm just taking the 192.168.1 dot something like this at 100, and then click to the enter. Then subnet mask will be appear automatically. And after this, I want to say you that default gateway for the virtually it's not the very rolling right now, but in the reality, in the real life, you must have to provide the default gateway. Okay. And after this, you will go to the configure the also to the different PCs. So I'm just going to configure this PC. So go to the desktop IP configuration, and you can take something like this PC IP address 1.111 I am taking. Okay. And then the cut. Okay. So and then the minimize you can do. And this one is also containing the IP addresses. So server is what is server? Server is also one PC, you can say. Okay, because hard disk and the many more. So this one is also containing the IP address for the storing the data and managing the data. And MAC address will be also there. So I want to say you about the IP address configuration. So I am just going to give the IP address for this server, that is I am just taking the 100 1.100. So this is the for the our server IP address. And the MAC, that is the subnet mask, will be appear automatically if you will press the enter button. And after this configuration, you need to go to the manage our switch. So go to the switch here, click to the switch, and go to the terminal, and then okay. So here we can do anything with our switch. So first of all, right now we are as the administrator mode for the switch, but we need to configuration means we are going to changing so many things in the our switch. So that's why we need to go to the config mode. Sorry. So it's not, it's very dangerous thing is happening right now, because for the after this switch configuration, it is not the right command for this line, because the main reason is behind this, that you need to first of all go to the just like for the use the enable command to the go to the before the go to the configuration mode. So it will be take the minimum 1 minute, and then it will be solved automatically. So it will be solved automatically. And right now I want to say you logics about these things, that what we will do. So first of all, we will provide the IP address to this router. Okay, through this cable, through this PC, we will provide the IP address here for, and then we will provide the IP address to the VLAN, that is the interface. Okay. And then the all the devices IP address is also containing in this switch. But we will see that how can we connect the devices through the, okay, so through the IP addresses. So yes, so right now, and then after this we will send the data from our NVRAM to our server. So first of all, we will provide the IP address to the switch, and for the all the devices we will provide this IP address here. And then what we will do, this one is also providing the IP address to the VLAN. Means what is happening, this one is the IP address for this switch. Okay. And then we are going to connecting the all these devices to this switch, okay, through the IP address of this switch. Okay, so that's it. So let's go to the switch, click there, and then you can go to the terminal. Okay, and here we can see enable first of all. Okay, so right now we have to go to the enable mode right now. And right after this we will go to the we'll go to the configuration mode, because we need to go to the configuration mode for the config something. Means we will change the name of the switch and many more password we will set. So that's why we will go to the configuration mode. And then if you want to since the host name, that is a name of the switch, then you can write a host name, and then the name will be you will provide. So I'm just taking the host name as a xyz. I'm just taking, and then the enter phrase. So xyz is just like a switch name is here. This switch is going to connecting the all these devices connect, okay. And after this I want to say you that you will go to the cursor here, and then you can see that we have the more than 20 fast ethernet cables, and then the one interface, that is a VLAN 1, and then the third one is a console cable. Means we have the mainly the three processes to do here. Two types of the two types of the ports is available, and the third one is the interface is available in the switch right now. Okay, so we will provide the password for the all the switch all the ports. So line VTY you will write here, and then the 0 to 15 means more than 15 are there, but it's not, it's basically range is here 0 to 15, and then the enter, and then the password you can provide. That is I am just taking the password PSWD. Okay, and after this you will go to the write the login command, because if anyone is going to why we are going to provide the password here, you must have to understand. Because if anyone is going to connect to the our router, our sorry for that, our switch, so for the sharing of the data, so at that time we must have to process one thing, that is a login for the data sharing before the data sharing, because for the security purpose. So that's why we have to provide the password, and after this we have to say to the compile our PC, that system, that is a login. You must have to use this password at the time of the login. Okay, and after this one we are just going to go into the back to the one step back. So exit will be used here, and then after this we will use the then we will line console 0. This one is also one port here. 0 to 50 is what port 0 to 50 is a range of the port for the each 0 to 15. Each ports is going to binding with a one password. If anyone will be access the any ports, then it will be provide the one message at enter first of all password at the login time. Okay, so also for the console 0 we will provide the password. So password we are going to set here. I'm just going to set here password as a password, simple password. Okay, enter. So we have to also done this, and then the login, for the login time also it will be required there. Okay, and last point that we need to do something, that interface VLAN, we have to we must have to provide the IP address for the switch. Okay, so that's why you will write the interface VLAN 1, and then the and here we have the chance for the configure the IP address for the switch. Means we are going to provide the IP address to our switch. So you will write here the IP address first. IP address means what we're going to provide here. So IP address we are just going to provide, so 192.168 dot 1.250 we are just going to providing. Okay, and then the you will provide the mask. Okay, subnet mask, that is a by default is the 2553 time, and then the 0.0. Okay, and then the enter you will press. So it will be provided to the our interface VLAN 1, and after this you need to say that no shutdown, because it's very important. If you will not write no shutdown, means our all these processes will be flash. I means it will be not happen it. Okay, so that's why it's a procedure for the successfully done the connection. Okay, so not no shutdown. After the providing the IP address to the VLAN, you need to do that. Okay, and then the enter, and in the last you will go to the exit. Okay, and end is a command for the auto for the directly come to the our just like a you can say that this mode, that is a you can say that for the for the copy all the data, copy the all the operation whatever we have to changes in this file through the terminal. All these things will be save in the nvram. Okay, so you will write the copy run start command for that. Okay, and then you will going to enter, so it will be, it helps to done all these things here. Means we have to provide the ip address to the VLAN and so many more. Whatever we have done, all these things is going to store, all these processes is going to store in the nvram through in this switch. You will go to the config, and then here we have the save nvram erase and save. So we must have to need to save, so we have to save. So whatever we have done, all these things is going to save here. Okay everyone, and in the last point we have to run all these things. Okay, so we need to see all these things for that whatever we have to done. So run is a command for the, so you all the whatever we have done in your switch with your switch. Okay, so host name we have to change, that is a xyz. Okay, and then these are the ports, more than 20, yeah, that is a, okay. And then we have the interface VLAN is a one only, that is we have to assign the IP address. And after this the more and more we will enter. Okay, so you will see that all the line bty is a command for the only the fast ethernets, you can say. Okay, so all the fast ethernets 0 to 15 have to the provided the password. If anyone will be want to access to the your switch, then it will be provide the first of all the password, and then it will be accessible. Okay, so that's the main reason behind this. So we need to understand it why we have to done. So this pc, that is a pc1 name is here, we have to take in for the sharing the data. So how can we connect the this, we have to connect. Okay, but we are going to access the data from the our router switch. So we can how can we just like connect. Okay, means how can we access, we are going to see. You will go to the here pc, here click, and then the not the terminal, you will go to the command prompt, and then here you will write the telnet command with the ip address 192.168.1 dot something like this the one, that one is was the 250, and then the enter. So you can say that we have to, our link has to successfully happen here. Okay, that is a open user access verification is a password is going to demanding. So we will give the password, that is a whatever we have to uh, save password. So password we have to provide it, and then you can see that switch is accessing here. So that is the funda, that how can we access the switch to the, how can we link the more than pc to the switch, and many more. And after this funda, we are just going to store the whatever is going to store in this nvram. All these things will be stored in this server, because for the backups and the many more purpose we will do that. Okay, and also for the performance better of our system, because it will be take the space in the ram. So that's why we will do that. Okay, so first of all we have to provide the ip address, that is a one not means 192.168.1.100 is the ip address for our server. And then the how can we do that, means we are just going to store the data here now. So you will just go to the your router switch. Okay, cli mode. And then for the copy, as you know that copy run start is a mainly is a command for the store your data in the nvram. Okay, by default is a nvram is there for destination of the storing the data. But if you want to store the in the server, then you will write something like this: copy run copy, and then the run copy, sorry for that. Here we have the, you will write the startup config, copy startup config, and then the tftp protocol is there. So tftp, and then the enter. So address or name of remote host, means where you want to store the data, you must have to give the IP address or the name of that device. So I'm just going to give the IP address for the server. So 192.168.1.100, and then you will write the enter. So then it is going to asking to the one question that enter the destination file name. So you can take the any types of the names. So I'm just taking the nv ram. So before that I want to show you something, okay everyone, because you will say that it is not going to do something like. So you will go to the, first of all, you will click to the your server, and then go to the service, and then you will go to the tftp option, and here you can see that all these files is for the something purpose, okay. So this, here we have no any file that is a nvram, nvram1, nvram2, okay. So we will we can see here no any files is here, okay. But right now we will give the one file name to the this server, okay. This server is containing these types of the files, but automatically all these files have to configure here, okay. But we want to store the our data from the our this switch to the our this server. So we will write here that is a this command, that is a copy, and then the startup configuration, that is a startup config, and then the space, and then tftp, and it will be happen, it will be give the address or the name of the our remote host, means where you are going to store the data. You must have to provide the IP address, you will provide the exact IP address. So here we can see 100 is the in the last we have to provide it, okay everyone. And the last point we have to give the, in the last is going to, after the providing the IP address, is going to ask the file name. So I'm just going to give the nvram1, nvram1, you can take any names, okay. So nvram1 I'm just taking, and then the enter I'm pressing. So it is going to writing start of configuration, okay. So 1147 bytes have to write written to the our server, okay. So copied in 3 seconds, something like this, and 381 bytes per second has to the, it is the bandwidth, you can also say a speed, you can also say. So all this data is going to a storing here. So how can we check? So for that you will go to the again, and then the refresh means cut, and again you will go to the services, and tftp. So nvram1 was the name. So here you can see this one is appearing here. So this file is containing the all the data whatever we have to whatever we have to done, means in this ram nvram, you can see all the operations whatever we have to done, all these things is containing in this file, okay. So all these things is going to containing in that server. Oh, so that is the main funda that why we are going to do something like this. Means we are going to use the server for the sending the sharing the data from the router, means from the switch to the our server. Okay, so I hope you have got it. But the in the 2 minutes I want to clear you that whatever we have to done, means first of all we will take the 2 pc, more than 2 pc you can take, but the minimum 2 pc will be required here. For the 1 pc will be for the manage your switch, okay. And the second pc for the connecting the devices. It's just like this router is containing in this pc, okay everyone. And then this router is containing this switch is, sorry for that, this switch is going to connection with different devices, okay. So I want to show you one very important thing, that you can take the more than one devices, means I'm just taking here the second pc and the laptop I am just taking here. And then you will take the console, any types of the console cable, but you need to take the only and only the not console cable, okay, for the connection, for the managing the our router. Sorry for that, again and again I am just going to say that router, but it's not the router, it's a switch. So we'll take the switch for the configuration of the managing of the switch, you will take the console cable, but for the connection you will take these types of the cables only. So a straight cable you can take, or the copper cross cable you can take. So I'm just taking here the copper cross, and then the fast ethernet you must have to use for the connection. Okay, and the console will be used for the manage the routers, manage the switches. Okay, so we have to done. And again, a straight cable I am just taking from this one. And here we can't use the we can't choose the RS232 cable port, because it's used for the managing the router. Okay, and yes, so that's why. And we have to connect the two devices. One is a laptop and the one PC. And for the here we can also see that how can we connect. Okay, so we have to connect, but we need to provide the IP address. Without that we can't do. Okay, so 192.168.1. So 117 I am just taking as a IP address here. And for this device you can see all these from the this one and this one has two green buttons, because we have to connect. Okay, and then the again for this device I'm just taking the IP address 192.168.1.119, and then the enter. So this is the point at how can we connect. So we have to connect to the all the devices to the our routers. Sorry for that, again and again I am just going to say that router, it is a switch. Okay, so no problem, we will go to the again to the desktop and the command prompt, and you will use the telnet command with the IP address 192 for the telnet command with the IP address of the route of the switch. Okay, of the switch 168.1.250, and then enter. So yes, we have to done. We have to access the okay, password is wrong. Okay, so yes, so enable you can do. And then the means I want to say you that you can see here, if you will go to the command prompt, then we have to access the xyz is what? Yeah, xyz is just like a switch name. Okay, here you can see xyz is a name here, host name equal to xyz. So this is going to accessing through this laptop, this PC. So this is the funda behind this, that how can we connect the different devices from the with our switch. Okay, so last here I want to show you telnet command 192.168.1.250, and then enter. So this one is also going to connecting, it will be also connect. You can, okay, no problem, it is not going to connect. Why is it happening, we are going to see. Okay, so 192.168.1.250. so what is the IP address we have to provide it, we are going to see 192.168.1.250. so this one is not going to connect. Again, the last I'm just going to telnet use here, and then the 192.168.1.250 telnet 192.168.1.250, and then enter here. So it is not going to connect the device. Basically the main funda is behind this, you can say that, because we must have to, I think, use the this copper crossover cable. Okay, so let's again, I for the confirmation confirm, I want to take the again one PC, and then the one cable I am just taking, that is a cross cover. And here first ethernet choose, and then the here yes. So we will provide here the IP address to this PC. So I'm just taking 191.192.168.1.121. Okay, and after this we will use the telnet command, telnet 192.168.1.250, and then enter. so it has to done because we have to use the cross cover cable. So we have to access the xyz switch name also. We have to access the our switch through the this cable, but it is not going to working. Why is it not working? For the confirm